All right, here we are on turn 12, and this was a very very long game, so I've had to kind of edit it down quite harshly. But this is also the last remaining, I think, video from before the Golden Pack came out that I really wanted to upload. I don't know why it's taken me so long to get around to it, but here it is anyway. So as you can see, it is a chicken game, and really that was I felt that was kind of necessary for what I was trying to do. And we'd been discussing in the Discord the various five of a kinds that would be, borderline impossible without chicken. And one of the ones that I was interested in was Microbe. And spoilers, this is not a five of a kind run. I really try to avoid uploading them back to back when possible. But the goal was essentially to get as many microbes into the team as I could, possibly accepting that I wasn't going to be able to get all five, and I would need some kind of other pet in there to give myself a chance to win at the end. Because I think, if you're overwriting everyone's equipment, then, at the end, you may have five 50-50s, but by turn 20, you're going to be facing five 50-50s, and you could end up just in a situation where you're just constantly drawing over and over. So the plan, first of all, was just get as big a shop as possible, and then start looking for Microbe. And you'll see as we go that there's quite a bit of mind changing that goes on as I try and decide whether or not I'm actually going to take the Microbe. So here we find the double lioness and an alpaca, so I'm just accepting that I'm going to lose. Actually, I only just barely lose. That would have been... sometimes when you get to this point, it can be very costly actually winning a round, because you do get to a point where your team is so big that unless you sell everything, you basically, you're going to win by accident regardless of how you order your team. So here I find the first microbe, but I'm not 100% convinced. And you can see here I start freezing some other stuff. So I freeze the walrus, and I think I was possibly considering that as something that would potentially keep the run going. If if I had multiple microbes, but I had walrus, then in fourth position, the walrus can give peanut to the microbe behind it. That still doesn't really make any difference when you get to 50-50. If you're a 50-50 with weakness versus a 50-50 with peanut, it actually doesn't make any difference. It's a trade regardless. But in the interim, it might have been a good pick. And you can see here I'm taking forever trying to decide what I'm going to do. Am I taking the microbe or not? Or do I have enough time to wait and possibly find more microbes later? And I think, ultimately, just have to take it now. On 7 wins, you cannot wait any longer. And then, of course, here the water gets muddied by rolling double piranha. And piranha is another one of those ones that I'd thought about going for the 5 in the past, and never really had any success. And here we get matched with a snipe team, but actually it works out for a perfect draw, which is good because we need more time. So here I think at this point I'm realizing, I don't need both alpaca, chicken, and double lioness. We're at the point now, you can see here with the tamarin, by selling the tamarin is going to be giving plus 18, plus 19 or something like that. So, you're getting you can get pets in the shop to 50-50 even without the 50-50 shop. So here I think I take the melon on the front microbe, and then I buy the tamarin, partly for stats, but also because I want to be able to sell it onto something else, potentially another microbe if I can find one. But even just having a 30-30 microbe feels quite unusual. And we get matched with the elephant, blowfish, tiger, ultimate scumbag team, and unfortunately, despite giving weakness, it does so much damage at the start of the battle. So I think, do I sell chicken? Yeah, I can't remember if I sell chicken or the lionesses, but at this point, you're really not really bothered too much about the stats. We just want to get the team filled with 5 strong pets as soon as possible. So I just take turtle. It's obviously going to work well with the microbe, and it's going to give us a much better chance of staying alive. And here, I think at some point here, I definitely make a mistake. Is it now? We'll see. I think I'm still. I think I maybe. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I take 2 turtles, which actually is not a mistake, but this probably is a mistake, which is going for level 2 turtle. You'll see why sooner or later. So we actually get matched there with a massive scorpion that kills through the melon. And of course, octopus. I think octopus have probably seen a lot less of it since the update. But that's mainly because they've added so many more busted pets in tier 6 that have distracted people away from it. But sooner or later, we're going to start seeing more octopus. So here we get the second big tamarin. So now we just need to find some more microbes to sell the tamarins into. So here's the first one, and you can see it's on 4343. So the tamarin cell is going to be massive overkill. It's easily going to reach 50-50. And I'm kind of at a loss to explain why I do it this way. Why do I combine the turtle there and buy the microbe instead of rolling and selling the tamarin? I don't know. But and this team is going to get crushed, I think. Yeah. The turtle and the stats are just too high for even the big badger at the back. And we actually get a second microbe in the shop. So immediately we can get double 50-50 microbe in. And do the exact same thing again. Roll once and then sell tamarin. So 4 microbes on board. And roll a couple of times for another one. Don't find it, but we'll give one of the 50-50s melon and stick it up at the front. Of course, the other one's melon is going to get overwritten. And you can see here, I actually arranged the team just for aesthetic purposes. But as you'll see in this battle, in fact, the lineup here makes no sense the way I've arranged it. But we actually go against Dolphin Skunk, which immediately eliminates the microbe, but the stats are just too big for this team. But you can see what would happen there is if that was... having 2 microbes behind the turtle doesn't really make any sense, or there's no benefit to it, because as soon as the 4th position microbe faints, the second melon is going to get overwritten anyway. So actually my layout here doesn't really make a lot of sense, and I should move the 50-50 microbe up to be second, because we're expecting the opposing team, I mean, they're very unlikely to have like 50-50 ox or 50-50 reindeer. Those are just fairly uncommonly played units. So we go into the final battle, and I'm going to freeze frame here because we actually get matched with an opposing team with another 50-50 microbe. And for some reason, I guess they have it at the back because they don't want to overwrite their own equipment, but why do they have it at all is my question. And because of my incredibly poor ordering, I actually cheat myself out of a draw here, because as you can see, the microbe overwrites the melon at the end, and it's a loss. But I thought that was pretty funny to run into an opposing 50-50 microbe with 4 microbes on my own team.